They could have counter magic here. Nope. Back down. Don't you select those cards. Sploosh. Hello, good game. Woo! 80% win rate with Esper Control. Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we've cracked the code on one of my favorite archetypes in Magic the Gathering, Esper Control. If you're new to the game, Esper indicates the color combination of white, black, and blue in one deck. Typically this is a control archetype, but you know how Magic goes throughout the sets, things change and it can go any direction. But as long as I've played Magic and known Esper is, hard and fast control. It was very strong long ago. I don't think it's that strong yet, but we are doing big things today within Mythic rank, running an 80% win rate, beating some of the best top-ranked tiered Mythic decks in the game right now. So I'm calling this deck the Magic Marker because I literally threw it up on a board. It took 5 to 10 minutes to create, and it has stuck and, like I said, is performing incredibly well within Mythic. Deep dive of the deck. I encourage you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you find any value. If you're not interested in learning about the strategies, the synergies, how to play the deck effectively and efficiently, then jump right into the gameplay footage. You just grab the little red slider bar and that'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make sure to like the video on your way. All right. So Magic Marker. Let's get into the deck list and then we'll break down all of the strategies and synergies, your general game plan, blah, 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 as best as I can at least, right? So getting into the deck with our 1-drops, we have 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. This is a sorcery speed spell for 1, destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If it was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. The kicker costs 3, so it's a little bit extra. We'll have to pay 4 with 2 black mana, 2 generic mana, but it takes that restriction off. So early game, we can destroy Edgewall Innkeepers, crabs, things of the like that are really, really annoying. Lotus Cobras. There's so many early 1 and 2 drops that are incredibly disruptive if you don't deal with them right away. So not only does the Thirst easily clean and trade with those straight across the board, but we can also later down in the match, turn 5, turn 6, maybe even turn 8 or turn 9, but I bet they're ramping, so Ugin hits before then. We can take out literally anything, whether it is an Ugin, an Elder Gargoyle. So it's useful early game and it's useful late game if you do decide to kick it, and it's a must include in any removal based deck right now. One of the best cards in Zendikar Rising as far as removal goes, because of that high utility of being useful early game and useful late game. Of course, we do see things in the deck like Eliminate, and of course, yes, Eliminate is good because it's instant speed. The Bloodchief's Thirst is sorcery speed, so you do get a little bit of an increase in value there. If you ask me, instant speed is always better. To destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. So we can't hit this on big things, so you're kind of restricted to where you can send your Eliminate, whereas the Bloodchief's Thirst is covering more of your bases because it can hit low cost things and it can hit high cost things, whereas some of the other removal like Eliminate in the deck can only hit a lower cost thing. So you do within your matches need to prioritize your removal. Remember these things, because if we're using, say, our Bloodchief's Thirst on all of the low cost drops while we're holding Eliminates, and then our opponent gets to their 5th mana, they start playing bigger creatures, and now our Eliminate can't kill those creatures, but we just use all of our Bloodchief's Thirst that could have, that's going to get us into trouble, right? So we really need to be prioritizing our removal on the appropriate creature or non-land permanent, I guess I should say. With that being said, we do jump back over to our 1-drops here. We've got 2 copies of Cling to Dust at instant speed to exile target card from a graveyard. This takes care of any creature with escape. If your opponent is trying to reanimate something from the creature, if it's like bring target creature back from the grave, for example, you can kind of hold this up and take it as they try to target it, which is quite nice on the stack because it is an instant speed spell. And, if it was a creature card, you gain 3 life. So this is good survivability against aggro decks. And if it's not a creature card, you actually get to draw a card, which is the majority of the time the way you will progress with it, unless things are looking really bad for you and you do need to survive a little bit longer. But drawing a card, getting rid of, whether it's from your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard at instant speed, helping you replace a card, getting you through your deck, helping you to find the next answer that you need. Anyways, we talked about Eliminate. There are 4 copies of Negate at instant speed to counter target non-creature spell. This takes care of your Genesis Ultimatum, your Ugin, your Extinction Events, which doesn't really affect this deck, but it is a thing that is really strong within the meta. So, no matter what your opponent is casting, Doom Foretold is another good example. I could go on and on. Negate shuts down a lot of non-creature decks. So we have all of the removal for the creatures, and then we prioritize our Negate on, Planeswalkers. And again, Bloodchief's Thirst can pick up Planeswalkers as well, remember. So, primarily on enchantments and artifacts, because that's the only way we have to counter those. And then the rest gets the creatures. But, like I said, if the situation calls for it, you have a Negate, your opponent plays a Planeswalker, you probably should counter it as well. Into our 3 drops, we have 3 copies of Midnight Clock. When it enters the battlefield, we can immediately tap it because it is an artifact, not a creature, for 1 mana of blue origin, which is quite nice. So, play for 3, the clock can play, and you have that 1 mana left over. So, potentially maybe this is even your 4th play or your 4th drop, and then you have the Negate to hold up afterwards. Potentially, all this is situational, of course. So remember that you get the mana from the clock is what I mean to say, and you can actually sink mana into the clock as well. 3 mana will put a counter on the clock, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, another counter is put on the clock. When the clock collects 12 counters, you get to put your graveyard and your hand in your library, shuffle it, draw 7 cards, and that will shut down every mill deck and make them cry. So not only is this amazing when you're a control deck, because you're no longer worried about burning your hand out, because you get to draw a new hand. So let's just throw it all out. Here's all my removal. Here's all my land, my spells. Have it. And then we'll just draw it back and basically start a second game, which is really cool. That's amazing. What's better yet, like I said, basically nullifying any mill decks. If everybody ran Midnight Clock, no one would play Rogues. I'm just saying. Moving on, 3 copies of our Elspeth's Nightmare. This is an enchantment saga, so when it enters the battlefield, it triggers, and then on each of our following upkeeps, it will trigger until the last one triggers, at which point it will sacrifice itself. So when it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. For 3, that's not great, but it does have those residual effects on the following upkeeps, which is really what makes this card worth it. And then on the following upkeep, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So even if you don't get anything, you still got to see their hand, and that is of relative value, especially as a control deck, because now you can prioritize your removal like we talked about ahead of time before they play the cards, because you know what's in their hand. It's like, oh my gosh, I need a field wipe because it's all creatures. You're looking for that, or like, you know what I mean. Speaking of removal, Soul Shatter at instant speed, one of my favorite removal spells in Zendikar. At instant speed, each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. This takes out Dream Trawlers, this takes out Ugins, Elder Gargaros, the Bragplate Behemoth or whatever it is, right? So Terror of the Peaks without having to pay 3 life because the opponent chooses it. The Wicked Wolf with Indestructible. So Soul Shatter is of very high value in my opinion, not only in this deck but many of the other decks that we'll see coming out. 2 copies of Pestilent Haze, just because the meta is so aggro. There are so many aggressive decks right now. So for 3, all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. We do have the Extinction Event like we talked about, but this hits a little earlier, right? And now maybe we clean up all the odds and we can event for even. So it can just kind of help do our job for us. It also helps put out a counterspell, because your opponent's not going to let you wipe their field, so they'll counter it, and now you're free to Extinction Event next turn. So it's just gets them being reactive a little bit earlier, rather than them just assuming, well, I have until turn 4 for the event. And of course, the Extinction Event, for 4 mana at sorcery speed, choose odd or even, exile each creature with converted mana cost of the chosen value. 0 is even, of course. So it's a great way to clean the field and keep things from going from the grave in this, Escape and Luris style meta. Even Agadeem's Awakening is a little annoying, right? And all of the Death While, there's a lot of recursion happening right now. Into our 5 drops, 2 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death, another Saga. When it enters the battlefield, exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. On the following upkeep, non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more to cast until your next turn, which is actually surprisingly helpful. And then finally, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, or a loyalty counter on it, of course, if it was a planeswalker. This is amazing. We can pull our Trawler out, we can pull our Ashiok out. It's literally the go-tos for the Conquer's Death, and just the general disruption of making their spells cost more can give you that turn that you need to survive, right? Anywho, we've got our Ashiok Nightmare Muse in here. 5 loyalty, +1, create a 2/3 black and blue nightmare creature token with whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. -3, you get a return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player exiles a card from their hand. This is really good on tokens because the token cannot go to the hand, it just dies, and then they're actually still going to have to exile something from their hand. So it's like you get a 2-for-1. But again, this can be done on anything and is quite nice just to keep tempo under your control, because of course your opponent's going to have to respend that mana again in that thing that you bounced. -7, you get to cast up to 3 spells from among face-up cards your opponent own in exile without paying their mana cost. So the +1 tokens do all the exiling, and then the -7 will allow us to play 3 cards for free, which is really good. We're almost done. 2 copies of the Dream Trawler, 3/5 with flying and lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever Dream Trawler attacks, draw a card. So whenever it is attacking, it's going to be a 5/5 with flying and lifelink. We also get to discard a card. Dream Trawler gains hexproof until the end of turn. We also have to tap it during that interaction. This will protect it from everything other than non-targeted removal, like Extinction Event, like Shatter the Sky, like Soul Shatter. So there's very few answers for the Dream Trawler. They do exist, but this is why we have the Negate in the deck, is to protect the Dream Trawler from those specific cards. Shatter the Sky, Extinction Events, Soul Shatter, and whatever else happens to kill our beloved Dream Trawler. Anywho, we do have 3 copies of our Shark Typhoon, an enchantment for 6. When you cast a non-creature spell, create a XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost, cycling for 2 + X, and whenever you cycle Shark Typhoon, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. That's a mouthful. This is a good card. That's all I have to say there, right? So it's amazing because we can cycle a shark and the cycle cannot be countered. So whether it's an Ugin in the field that minused on us and now we play a shark just to bash them, basically at flash speed, this is really nice. It can also block things like the rogues as they're attacking, and they cannot counter this. They can destroy it at instant speed once it hits the field, but that's unlikely. And, if your opponent doesn't have enchantment removal and you have the mana, hardcast it. Play the enchantment, and now you've got a whole field of sharks at your disposal. Every non-creature that you cast will create a shark equal to its converted mana, and if that doesn't win you the game, I don't know what will. We've got a plains, we've got 7 islands, we've got 4 Brightclimb Pathways, we've got 4 Temple of Silences, 4 Clearwater Pathways, and 4 Temple of Deceits. I would go as far as taking a island out and putting in our beloved Castle Vatras. It's just going to make the deck a little bit better. It's not going to take away from it at all. Don't worry. And with that all out of the way, you guys, there's a couple odd synergies in the deck that I've not mentioned. The discarding of a card through Dream Trawler is nice for 2 things. The first being the Midnight Clock is going to throw it back into our library, and we didn't really lose it. The second being, we can actually take that card with an Elspeth Conquers Death. So if we get the opportunity to discard an Ashiok, to discard another Dream Trawler, we may want to take that because, again, we can grab that back if we have an Elspeth Conquers Death for, relatively good value. If we can, for 5 mana, play the 5 mana Planeswalker and exile a permanent, that's really, really good, right? So, the discard here is quite nice because you can toss out some of the high value things and then bring it back with the Conquer's Death if you want. Cling to Dust, make sure you deal with your opponent's their escape creatures like we talked about. Hold up the Negate for the things that can kill the Dream Trawler. Obviously the Great Henge and Embercleave. These things are of high priority as well. You'll know when it gets cast if you have to counter it or not. And again, Esper is one of the more complex archetypes to play because you have to have the meta fully mapped mentally to really effectively prioritize your removal on things efficiently. But with that being said, you guys are a smart bunch, and I know a lot of you love Esper Control, so you're going to love this deck as much as you love this gameplay footage and video, I hope. So again, if you guys found any value this far, or you do throughout the gameplay, give it a thumbs up. That really helps broaden my audience and helps expose me to new people. Those impressions are key. And share the channel to your friends, of course, as well. The watch time's cool. Just thank you for being here, right? We are live every day. So if you're not live right now with the chat, we do go live in the morning and in the evening at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Mountain Standard if you did want to catch us. But yeah, just general jazz. 500,000 gem giveaway. We also have 100 prizes of a half-hour one-on-one time with $20 each to gems. So much stuff going on in the community. There's going to be more information of that within the Discord. So jump in. Free cash prize tournaments as well. It's too much to really recap every single video, but I know I have to do it. So, just thanks for bearing with me and staying in there, I guess. And yeah, let's get into today's gameplay footage. We've been live for almost 8 hours now. I can barely speak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy, and we're going to be back in a few seconds with our wrap-up thoughts. We go first. We basically need to draw lands, but if we do, we're set. Hello, good game. Maybe this is enough to trigger them. We need a land off the top next turn. I guess we could cycle and look for it too. All of our colors have been activated. Midnight Clock in play. As long as it's not... actually, nothing protects it. Indestructible doesn't protect it. Protection doesn't protect it. The only thing that protects it is the high converted mana cost. And, we might just want to take care of that thing at that point. Oh. Interesting. Oh, she's already gone. I still think we just push it. Push it real good. Because we are going to draw out of cards, so the sooner that this can get going, the better. It sucks that they have a wizard out. Even though she's a cleric. I want to call it a wizard because this person's name. Really? Getting hit for... Okay. You settle down. Hopefully they put it on the moth. They don't. We're so dead. That's 6 available mana, but we won't survive. We have 3 spare mana to cycle for a shark as a chump blocker. Let's just take it. We're gonna chump block this 6/6 with a 1/1 shark, and then bounce it back, which we will not be able to do now, so we have to make a 2/3 defender. Cycle for 1. They can still give it protection right now if they want. Just slowing down the damage. Midnight Clock is not keeping pace. Okay, so this is actually 6 mana. Doesn't work. Let's try to get into their hand. I'll take that bounty. The enchantment we can take too. No, they do go on the Luminarch. But this is a instant speed spell, so we can grab it on their turn when this protection's gone. Clock's almost halfway. Let's clean the first up. We should have waited to the attack phase because both tokens would have went on the other one. Slow them down, right? Get this clock to pop off. They're top decking. Love it. Well, I mean, 2 land is not good. It's quite bad. But there's lots of removal that we can hit on the way. Hey! Let's try it out. Yeah, we definitely need black source, so that can be that. Green. Green? I'm probably gonna cycle the Shark Typhoon. Just look for a land. Or do we risk it? No, we don't risk it. No shark. Bummer. But, where's the land at? Not there, apparently. Oh! We kind of find one. We need a 4th as well, so that can go. I mean, maybe we can just hit an odd and the 1/1s are 1/1s and we don't have to care about it. Hexproof from El Blacko. Not really from Soul Shatter, though. 1 damage doesn't matter. I guess let's do Nightmare. Then we can get in their hand right away. They're going to get a draw here. But I want to pull out that beast as well. Oh, not that one! Not that beast! The other one! Okay, so massive misplay there. I thought they were going to play Love Strike Beast, and we could get more value out of our Eliminate than stringing through single target the whole time. This does not work. Shoot. We're sitting on 5 mana. We could hold up and eliminate, but if it's another Harbinger... And we need these Shatters to hit the Harbinger. Ouch. Not good. Not good. The Eliminate doesn't hit anything. The Questing Beast is 4 CMC, and the Harbinger has Hexproof from black. This is generally better, though. I mean, we still have a lot to deal with, but... Oh, it's an even. We needed that 6th land, but that's not good. Just so many creatures. I wish we had that Bloodchief's Thirst still. Hit for 2. They're gonna make this Serpent a 1. Hit for 2. We need another event somehow. Kill the ooze. And then when they attack, we shatter the beasts. Or when they go to play a 3-drop. Just so we're only getting hit for 1 here. But they've got so many creatures. If we negate this, we die. Why didn't we do it earlier? Wait for their attack phase, he thinks. That's the appropriate time to do it, he thinks. No! There's a great henge on the way! Ouch! Now they got infinite draw. That was absolutely brutal. Maybe they can play second henge. We better take it now. Good game, bro. Good game. I get it. I get it. I get it. We go first. At least we're cycling for land this time. And we've got some early game removal because there's so much aggro. And I think I'm going to add a few land as well. I'm feeling like there's not enough land consistently. We're always seemingly stuck on 2, even with 24 in the deck. It's awkward. We do get lucky with the pulls, I'll admit. Nothing for 2. Clock out. Hopefully they're a creature deck that we can just kind of 2 for 1. 3 for 1's ideal, but... And, yeah. So we're going to continue on that pathway. We need the double black, but we also need the double white, so... Let's just hold off on the whole thing. Get our clock out. This gives them an opportunity to play more creatures, so we can get more value out of our board or broad-based removal. Ooh, that survives, though. Land can go. Let's pass. Do it at the appropriate phase. We're gonna kill the scavenger, even though it does less damage. Let's kill the scavenger. It can attack. Blightfang's gonna be triggered here. No death touch, at least. Let's get after it. We can start putting out blockers.
I wonder if you...
Hopefully there's no removal. Taking our scry. That's our own removal, which is nice. Clock's going to 5 here. Halfway on our upkeep. Oh! Nice. They're going to destroy our Planeswalker. It only needs to deal 1 damage to it. That hurt. That hurt. You jerk! Kill my Ashiok. Now I need a Elspeth Conquers Death. Clock's at 7, but they've got a nice smit as well still, so definitely they have advantage. 27 life. They've been clicking up consistently. Okay, this is good for us. Didn't get kicked. Play another. Oh, that's actually good. They don't have the mana to equip it, which is nice. Clean the field. Thank you. That's our turn. We have Eliminate on their next creature before the Scythe gets equipped to it. Okay, that's fine. We just get it back with the clock. Alright, let's take a draw. 1 clock gone. 2 more to go, I think. Oh, that's a nice hand. That is a good looking hand. 1 lands only. Woof. Yep. They have some work to do. With only 3 cards, things look nice. There's our boy again. Or girl. I think Ashiok is both genders, though. Are they not? I don't really know. Let me know in the comments below, you lower lords. Ooh, woof. I like those. Now Priest in play. We can just smash the heck out of it, even in odds, so the event can't take them both. Let's just keep control. We have plenty of cards. Getting that exile. Ooh, we could take a Blightfang for ourselves. We probably want to wait till there's 3 really nice cards to take. Our turn again. Don't mind if we do, Hugh. This match is over. Let's see what we get. Nothing really. Ooh. I guess we could take it. We'll do it next turn. Yeah. We'll do it next turn, and then if they kill us, we have an ECD. Worst case. Grim Dancer of their own, which, you know, we have our choice of a few different ways to kill it here. Okay, it's the speed, eliminate the Dancer. Our turn. Oh, that Negate just seals the deal. Oh, we should have attacked first. Oh well. Death Touch, Lifelink. Let's see what we could have got that we missed out on. Oh, another Blightfang. That's on us. Oh! Oh! We definitely should have done it after. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. Let's equip it. I think we're in a pretty good spot. And this is all 100% thanks to not only this Negate, but the Midnight Clock. Ouch. That has got to seal the deal as well. Okay, they're going to take Conquer's Death away from us. Having the damage ready to go is probably more worthwhile, in all honesty, than having waited. Actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been even more damage because 2 Blightfangs. Only on Hello Good Game can you misplay as much as you need still, you know, succeed generally. Whoa, that's a lot of removal in hand. These are just nightmares from the Ashiok, which is pretty cool. 2/3 nightmare tokens. Oh, another event. Sploosh. They hit evens, which is awkward. They know we have it. Sploosh. That was a nice little transfer of power there. We go first, and this is a super awkward hand. We should take these black sources and just wait on the second planes. Let's hold off as long as we can. This one can be a plains for sure. We need nothing but lands. So yeah, we definitely do need one swamp because our removal. Elspeth's Nightmare's great on the human token. Oh yeah, sadly. We want our Dream Trawler in play, but at the end of the day, we can only do so much. Midnight Clock in play, just keep ramping. So that's our second blue mana. We just need that second plains. And then we're looking for some other form of land. Any color will do. The sooner we can get the Dream Trawler out, the better. Oh, that's not land. Kill a token. We also get in their hand to take the henge out. We missed our land drop, which hurts. So they're pulling ahead of us here if they drop theirs. Oh! Don't appreciate that. Lovestruck Beast is dead, but I'm sure they have a 1/1 to play. And we cannot find land. Oh no. They can't find land either. Let's pass our turn. We do have our Shatter open. We need some land. Alright, Questing Beast is gone. Oh, that animation was still going when it was in the graveyard. Look at us. We found a land. Our opponent needs a red source. They're kind of in a similar boat. Not quite as bad. We just need more land, so Shark Typhoon can go. And I'm definitely going to kill this beast right now, right? We're at 18. I'm going to take a hit, give them a potential draw, and try to get them both. That's greedy. Oh, no. Okay, we take the Midnight Clock token. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Where is our fifth land? Five available mana. The Elspeth Conquers Death has residual value after the removal of the beast, so it makes the most sense. We're up to 10. Oh my lord. That's the third copy of Questing Beast. Absolutely insane. So we just need that. No, we have the second blue source. It doesn't matter. Okay, Dream Trawler in play just because it can block, stop damage, and we get it right back at an increased situation, and then we don't lose it through the discard of the clock. I guess, right? We have to do our best. I think that kind of works out. And it's a massive draw through the Midnight Clock on the Trawler. So if they do choose to attack this turn, we're all set. And I think they should probably just pass their turn, right? How's that for a Dream Trawler? If you could engineer the Midnight Clock to pop on your upkeep with a Dream Trawler out, oh, that's gonna be good. Another 2-lander. We are on the draw, plus we have a Scry and the Clock with removal. I guess. I think we'll be okay. Land and play. And yeah, that's not a land, so it can go. Guild Thief Enforcer, sure. We're at 7 hours live today, so we should probably wrap it up in the next hour or two. How many hours can you work a day? And I do 2 hours on the front end and back end of this as well. So, big woofs. We're gonna keep an eliminate for the Thought Thief. Oh, they don't play it! Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Nikowski 2000s. Playing rogues. Right? Just get like that terrible feeling. Okay. No attack. They think we have our own Thought Thief, or like, what's going on there? We don't find a land! Shoot. We have to dig for it right here. Of course, it's because they milled 2 of them. Frickin' rogues. Oh, that's not a land. That's about the furthest thing we can get from a land. Oh! Loving that draw. Thank you. Double black for our Haze. They're playing rogues. The Haze could be really good. Double blue takes us to Trawler sooner, but we have the blue in the... Okay, so black. And they're tapped, so we should probably just get after it. Thanks for the raid, Vixman. I do not know. Hope you're having a great day, bro. Woof. You guys are being too kind today. Reminder to everybody watching on YouTube, come say hello on Twitch every now and then. We're only there for all day. Alright, so we're kind of getting to where we wanted to go. Getting rid of Luris, getting rid of this Guild Thief. Pestilent Haze. Mwah! Absolutely amazing. Witch's Vengeance is cool too, but then you're stuck to selecting only one of them, right? So we wouldn't have been able to get them both there, so it's kind of awkward. Of One Mind, they're going draw crazy, apparently. Midnight Clock shuts down the mill effect, which is nice, and we're pulling lands. Better yet, they could counter anything we do. They're gonna love this. Let's just push it. I'm sure that there's a counterspell here. There always is, and that is a full mitt. There's no way. Yeah, so we do, at a certain point, just want to deal with it. Or we could have clocked into a negate. I think we can grab that back with an ECD, though, a little later. And if not, we just shuffle it back in, so we don't really lose it. And again, the mill does nothing because of the Midnight Clock. It's not, you know, typically it, woof, right? It's scary. Like, a Fabled Passage, I'd be screaming right now at my monitor, but, it's okay. Right, we just keep pushing land out. This is a Plains for the Trawler. Another Clock in play. They need to counter it. If not, they need to counter this Eliminate that's coming right after it on their crab. So let's negate the lock, force them to double counter. Again, getting rid of all of their counters. Not that a negate counters a trawler. Oh, sure, absolutely. Absolutely. That was a very poor time to play that Thought Thief. And again, because we're not worried about the mill, the crab can stay, we take the damage output. What I'm worried about is not playing this Dream Trawler. Sorry, rogues. Not today. Oof. Oof. Wolfgang? Oh, nice. Main phase story. I love it. They're gonna mill themselves. Down to 39. We're at 35. 2 crabs, you dog. You dog. They're gonna have to mill so many cards. You know what I want to take the turn and do? Luris is not a companion either, so they might have multiple copies of this little pooch. 2 black mana does not equal counterspell, so Trawler sneaks into play. Oof. And turn. I do not mind discarding cards. Right, we grab them right back with the Midnight Clock. I mean, they have lots of cards, and Rogues never loses a match, so they can put these pieces together somehow. Oh, Lull Mage Domination. Nah, unless they've got multiple copies of it. In which case, I will be thoroughly impressed. They're tapped out here, and then we're going to get the draw active, so it is a very much good game as far as I'm concerned. A negate protects us from everything. Let's get another draw. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. We play the land because it goes to 11 on their turn, and this doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Let's just take the lands out. We have enough land already. That way, the non-lands still get shuffled in with the clock. And let's snag that Luris. I think there's another in there, though. Oh, no, that was the only one. In our turn, and we still have a negate available. Unless there's a double Lull Mage Domination. That would be awkward. But it's a sorcery, so we can not use the well, yeah, no, we would want to use the Hexproof instead of the negate. But again, I don't think they've got the mana for it to double cast it. Dream Trawler is just so good. Rogues hate to see Dream Trawler. They could have an Extinction Event or two, right? But at the end of the day, it's fine. These clocks should well outvalue the Rogues. They could have counter magic here. Nope. Back down. Don't you select those cards. Sploosh. Hello, good game. Woo! 80% win rate with Esper Control. Tearing it up through Mythic. I love it. Alright. Really quick wrap-up thoughts. Esper Smash. Esper Smash. I love Esper. I wanted to make a Walkers deck because that video really popped off and did well for my channel, so I was trying to emulate that. But there's not a lot of Planeswalkers that are viable. What do you guys think of Esper Walkers? I'm pretty sure Esper Control is far superior. Let me know in the comments below if I should have included any cards, any massive, you know, oversight on my end, because, you know, I often do maybe miss out on a card that really belongs in the deck. So if you guys have any thoughts or opinions, leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you found any value in the video, drop a like, and we'll see you soon in the next video.